It's open.
Really?
Yeah, just totally detached and just took it right off. No issues, no problems.
Ooh.
Didn't feel it.
I like those. What's up, Christopher? You ugly bastard.
Hola, Senor Guapo.
And you'll be able to watch it live too while we're doing it. Cause I got it up on there.
Good.
That's what it says right now if anybody goes to it.
Well,
'Cause I'm
nobody.
live already.
Well, nobody can hear us, right?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go, talking out his ass again like he did last week.
Mm-hmm. Your laptop's gonna go over here.
Okay. Later on, I want you to look at this. Because it's really starting to aggravate the shit out of me now. Because like I told you, ever since I did that Windows 10, now I don't know if it's because the internet at the hotel sucks.
Well, I think it's the fact you got an Acer computer from Rent-A-Center.
Hey, it's the same computer I have.
Yeah, but you know what you're doing.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
so you see, okay, I see how it is, Greg.
Dude, you changed your Facebook to German or French or something. You don't even know how you did it.
No, I don't.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Gonna be able to reach the plug?
I'm gonna be plugging it in.
Oh, okay. So this will be here.
I don't want that ugly thing.
Well,
in
that's
front
where
of
it's
me.
gonna go.
I don't want it in front of me.
Well, la di da.
Then you sit here.
Okay, I'll wait for you to plug that in, Chris, because you know where it's gotta go, where it's gotta get plugged into. Ooh. Testing 1, 2. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta remember both mics are going through this computer.
Okay.
But right now,
Yep.
picking you up through the chat.
I didn't do it, it wasn't me.
You're picking us up through what?
The chat.
Okay.
Because we're on Facebook chat.
But nobody can hear us, right?
I muted the Facebook chat.
All right. And we're gonna be facing that way again or this way?
You're gonna be facing that computer. He's gonna be facing this one. But this one
Mm-hmm.
is going to be. I'm actually plugging it in over here. But
Oh, I was just trying to find where the plug actually went. Oh, I rolled on top of the wire. That's why I can't move the wire. Somebody's 220-pound fat ass is sitting on it.
Now, Chris.
Yeah.
What he has up there now on the screen?
Yeah.
Will that be on mine?
That's live right now.
I didn't ask that.
Huh?
I didn't ask that.
That's not gonna be on yours because this isn't his screen.
Okay.
That's the actual live show. Right?
Oh, okay.
What else you need me to move?
Go like this. You're actually gonna be sitting diagonal. This way you're both sort of facing the same direction.
Sorta.
Yeah. Well, when I get the actual
I
cameras,
know.
there's gonna be one right here
Yep.
that's gonna be facing down,
Okay.
and you guys are both gonna be looking at
How
it.
come they haven't come in?
That's not that computer.
Okay. No.
That's that computer.
Oh, okay. So I gotta put that up there.
That's hooked to this.
Okay.
So.
You got way too many freaking computers here. I gave that lady your card from yesterday.
The mouse controls over here. You're already logged in.
Okay. I know I'm logged in, but I have to punch in the call ID number to bring the thing up.
You use the keyboard on the laptop.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out. You're so smart. Give me that rich.
I don't know. You don't happen to have a cigarette, do you?
Yes, I do. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, what?
Where's my one? There we go. Go. There we are. Oh, you want one? You just asked me if I had one.
And can you log in?
Oh, yeah. Greg, you want to type in Top Rope 2015?
Oops.
Also, so Greg's sitting there, so we're going to come up there.
Yeah, you're both gonna be on there.
Okay, but I'm not going to see that over here.
No.
That's only for this week.
Yeah.
That's not the way I was planning on. I was planning on this like it was last week.
Yeah, when I
But
get
that's
the
because you
actual
don't have
cameras.
the cameras.
When I get the actual cameras, you'll
Yo,
both
Chris,
get-
what is this?
What is what?
That thing keeps coming up.
Scan in progress. You downloaded some fucking
That-
program.
That's,
It's an antivirus.
that's
thing.
probably the reason why my Microsoft Defender isn't working, because they
Yeah.
said there's another antivirus blocking it.
Yeah. Stop just downloading stuff.
I'm not downloading anything.
Where is your delete key?
Stop going to watch panda porn.
It's midget porn.
Yeah, you downloaded something that.
Just reset it, not the factory settings. Just reset it back to like 2 months ago before you downloaded Microsoft 10
No, I'll.
or
end
Windows
up
10 or
fixing it
whatever.
for 'em. Okay.
Because I was wondering what that Chromium was.
I don't know why you have Chromium on here. It's supposed to be a newer. Really? You have McAfee on here too?
That's been on there since I got the computer.
You know what? I'm gonna redo this for you.
All right.
I'm going to start it from scratch.
Okay.
So that none of the shit that came with it is on it.
Okay.
Because that screws the computer up.
Okay.
I can't stand when they have all that shit loaded. And why is your chat not open? Where am I?
So what I'm going to be looking at is your futon.
Well, you're actually gonna be looking at me.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna be minimizing that.
Okay.
I thought I already did. But that's my camera. That nobody's gonna be seeing. And that's just for today.
Oh, you have 4 friend requests.
Yeah, that's my old account.
Okay.
Where the hell am I in his chats? And he's already connected to my Wi-Fi? He must be, because everything's open. Okay. And start video call. Is it doing anything over there?
It's got your picture up and it says in another call. And now it's went back to the other thing and says Christopher missed a call from you. Call again.
Don't do anything.
No, it's on
Okay.
my Facebook.
Yes, I know. It's on Facebook. That's what I want.
How do you eat with no teeth at all?
Now, when
Very
it comes
carefully.
up, answer it.
How do I answer it?
It'll say, it'll have a button that says answer.
I answered.
Good. Now I'm just waiting for it to finish coming up here. I don't know how good this is gonna work because I am both uploading and downloading, streaming. What did you do? Oh my god. Minimize your mics.
How do I?
On the back of your mic, there's a volume button. Why do I always spell your name with 2 G's?
Don't know.
that guy's taping it, screwing it up. SWO.
Okay, pay attention to the camera over here and wait.
Alright.
What was
I gotta make sure everything's
him or me?
him.
Pay attention to
You,
the,
I can see him moving. He was just sitting there.
to this laptop.
Should it be angled down a little bit more, or is it like just got his forehead?
Actually, it needs to be
There's
angled
nothing up there
a
right
little
now.
more. You're not gonna see anything
Then why am I sitting here?
because the camera needs to see you.
Oh, okay.
There. I need you to look at the camera. I'm trying to make sure the camera's at the right position.
Alright.
Sit how you're gonna sit while you're doing the shot. Push the screen back a little bit.
Toward you?
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, you done complaining now?
Now
Kid.
we're good.
Jeez.
Don't want to get Pepsi
Now we're good.
free
All right.
advertising.
Yeah, I gave that girl your card.
She hasn't called me yet.
Well, she said, I asked her what was wrong with the computer. And she said whenever she turns the screen on, she gets a blank screen. It's black.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I said, he'll be able to fix it for you.
Yeah, first thing I'm gonna have her do is plug it in. I turn the computer on, I have a blank screen. Is the screen plugged in?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have to do that?
Top Rope Report will be live at 12 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we only got 4 views from last week's show.
No.
So Greg said when he saw it, there was only 4 views.
I don't know, I looked at it, it said 14.
Oh.
Did it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see. No, 18 views.
18?
Yeah, it's right there.
First one.
Oh, maybe I was looking at something different then.
Cool beans.
Yeah, you might have been looking at the other
I'm
one
just gonna run out and have a
that I finally took off of there.
smoky.
The ones that I was doing when I was testing it to
Oh.
make sure everything was going through right.
Oh. Oh.
And my sister might actually watch it.
Your sister?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I knew you had a sister.
be up in the bathroom now. Damn, I don't want those on there. I want to see. Shit. Oh, I can't because I got it on my computer.
Chris.
Unless we're to do an isolated third thing as to where
Like they did in
They
North
can-
Haven?
where they could squeeze on the futon next to Chris or something and have a different, a camera for that. But I mean,
Yeah.
there's really no room here.
I said to Greg, I said, what does he, I said, how does he feel about now that we have this here where we do the show, about maybe bringing in some guests?
I'll definitely be able to do that. I would have to know before because I'd have to get the office ready.
Okay.
Acer launch manager update.
Yeah, that says that all the time.
Don't touch anything on there.
Don't even hit cancel. Just let it sit there on the screen. Don't do anything. Okay.
I know, that says it all the time too.
It's all those weird, funky sites you go to, man.
I'm telling you.
Try that damn Sportskeeda site you go to. That. Oh, did you know that there was a rumor on Sportskeeda that John Cena may make an appearance at WrestleMania? I just saw that last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're being a wise guy, aren't you? Being a Weisenheimer.
They're reporting it. That he might be medically cleared for WrestleMania.
Medically clear.
That's
okay.
what they said. I
You're
saw
being
that.
a Weisenheimer, aren't you?
It was on their website yesterday. News, recent news.
You're being a Weisenheimer, Gregory. Happy birthday to Jenny Boom Boom.
I want to have each of you test your mics.
Test.
Test.
How close do I have to be?
Yours is coming through fine.
Testing 1, 2. Testing.
I don't know if right now yours is the one picking up him.
What's that?
His mic might be picking you up.
Okay.
It'll still be fine because it's picking you up just fine. But when he talks, it's a lot louder. But it also might just be the way that it's set up. It's only showing his and not yours. Because I do have it set differently.
So would it be better if I was further away from the mic then? That way it doesn't pick me up much more louder than him?
Well, we'll find out once it plays.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Yeah, no, we don't want to do that because I have to pick up the volume.
Now the chat board is going to be on what computer? This one? Okay. This way I can see who's calling, who's chatting, this, that, and the other. Okay.
Do you want me to
You mean have both chats up? If you can do it. I mean,
that might confuse them.
well, you say hello to me and I'm stuck for an answer sometimes. But we'll probably get more chats. Well, you can put both of them up, but we'll probably get more on the chat board from YouTube than we will from the other one. Oh, you got your Marine shirt on, huh? USMC, Uncle Sam's Misguided Children.
How dare you insult the military like that? You should just move to Canada.
U.S. Army, Uncle Sam ain't released me yet. Ah, so you put it up there. That's you're a pretty smart feller. Yeah, wouldn't you know it, the minute I got the groceries to the door, Gilson's coming outside to help me bring them in. I said, that's okay. He said to me, goes here, he says, I'll put the groceries away, you go do the show. And wouldn't you know it, one of the fucking muffins I crushed was chocolate chip? I was pissed.
Why, eat it whole?
No, but I'm just saying.
So you usually break it into pieces when you eat it, right?
Yeah, but still, it's all crumbs now.
So you did yourself a favor.
Hey, there's already 2 people watching it.
Yeah, us too.
No,
Oh,
one.
really? Huh?
I only have one. That means there's somebody else watching
Oh,
it.
good.
Right
Well,
now.
maybe it's Matt. Maybe it's that kid Matt that said he was going to be watching it. What's this? I'm going to call John for a minute. I guarantee he'll say, oh, they're playing the Yankees to watch. When I know they're not.
I get such shitty service down here.
Your call has been forwarded to a
Really?
Yeah, I just want to talk to you after you insulted Timmy last week.
I didn't insult Timmy last week. It could be Tim watching the show too.
Well, whoever it was got off already. I don't know. It says there's 2 watching it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Although that might be us.
Yeah.
Because there are 2 on now.
Can I jump on your Wi-Fi so I get better service on my phone?
Yeah.
What's the password?
Capital C. 6690. Lowercase a. Lowercase t. Capital M. Capital C. Capital C.
Thank you.
No, right here. I want you to like that. Because these are all the people that like the thing so far.
Not really.
There's a way to get to it. It says who follows, do not follow this. There's a way that they can get on there to, or invite guests or something like that. I think that's how. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're playing the Rays on Wednesday, Mike.
What's that?
The Rays, Tampa Rays.
Who, the Red Sox?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And this is where you talk.
Okay.
Down there.
That's for the chat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the chat that I put last week.
Okay. And then this chat will be up on here, and then this chat will be up on here? Okay. And I can chat with both keyboards?
Use this keyboard.
Oh, so this
This
keyboard...
keyboard goes to both monitors.
Okay.
Both monitors are hooked up together.
Yeah,
I have it
great.
backwards because this is usually sitting here.
Okay.
So you have to go to the right to get to this monitor,
Okay.
and the left from this monitor to get to this monitor.
Okay. Welcome back, Top Rope Report.
Yay!
So then our, what you call it, will be, our beginning will be up, and then right after the beginning ends, then we come on. Okay.
And
Yeah,
are we
you'll
gonna
be able
are
to
we
see
gonna
this
see
up
that on here so we know,
Yeah.
or you can go? No. Oh, my glasses.
Whoops. What was that?
Don't move. Don't roll, cause we're right over my glasses. All right.
Okay, all set?
And we
Okay.
still got, what, a half hour?
27 minutes.
But who's counting?
Yeah. But it's good though, because this way we can go over stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's all set. That's all set. That's all set. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Did you ever turn your mic back up?
Yeah. Okay, so now by having that up there, I can see myself too, and the both of us.
You'll see exactly what it looks like.
Yay! Oh, you printed it up?
Yeah, I was bored at work last
I
night.
was bored at work last night.
Well, it's because when the boss wasn't there, so
Right.
there's a ratio that we can only do. We can only have so many technicians for the pharmacist,
Right.
and he didn't put an extra pharmacist on, so there were basically 5 of us, and only 3 of us can work.
Okay.
So I had to go down to the business office. I had a bunch of stuff I had to do down there on the computer and stuff, but
Okay. One question I wanted to bring up to you. We need to get new cards. Okay? Obviously now that we're on YouTube, the new cards should obviously say YouTube on them. And do you want to go back to 2 o'clock? Or keep it at 12?
we got to involve him in the decision
I
because
mean,
he's helping
yeah.
us with the show. It,
I
it's
mean,
also what's
Does
best
it,
for him.
does it matter what time it is for you, or? Because I know you work Sunday night. You go in Sunday night.
And I usually go to sleep after you guys leave.
So, but I mean, that was my question. That's my thought. Was it easier for you to sleep during the day and then have us do the show even later in the day? I mean, because it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me either. It's just up to you.
I mean,
I like 12 o'clock.
okay.
All right, we'll keep it at 12 then.
Especially for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be going in at 8 instead of 10.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we'll keep it at 12 then. All right. Just want to make sure.
And don't forget, if you let that mouse sit for a minute,
Yeah.
remember hit one of the buttons
Yeah, and it'll.
to get the mouse to work.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have to. I mean,
What?
because our
Want to close the door, Cruz?
pay-per-view pre-shows are at different times, and I mean,
Yeah, because our pay-per-view
Why do we
pre-shows are
even-
usually
why-
6 o'clock.
we shouldn't even bother putting
Yeah, don't put
a
on the
time on the card, just where they can catch us and what day of the week. They'll find us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So we can still do the pre-show, but they can watch it at a later date. Is what you're saying?
No.
No, what
No.
he's saying is, don't even put a time on there in case the time changes.
Oh, so
Right.
so when I put down we're going to be doing our pay-per-view pre-show, don't put
No,
down.
no,
No, on the
business
card.
cards, Mike.
On the
Oh.
business card.
You really
Don't
are
put it-
forgetful about stuff, aren't you?
Oh, so just don't put a time on the card.
Because that's what
Yeah.
I was starting to say. Is because we do our pre-shows at different times.
Mhm.
Depending on the pay-per-view, it's at 5. It's at
Yeah.
6.
Which-
We
which will
do
be
our
the-
shows at noon. If we have a guest we want to talk to, they're not able to go on till 2
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. If he gets called into work, and it
Right.
just
Now September 18th, we're not doing a show.
No?
No. I'm going. Jeff, the one that sat in for you. Jeff the ref.
Mhm.
He's getting married,
okay.
and they're sending me an invitation, and the wedding is at.
It's on a Sunday.
It's on a Sunday at 12 o'clock.
So when I wasn't able to do, when I was out, this
Oh,
is
here
why
we
it's
go.
his show. This is
Here
why
we
I'm telling
go.
you, it's your show. When I was out, you were able to do a show.
Oh, you can
But
get a
because-
co-
no, time out. No. But because you can't be here, we're not doing a
Here
show.
we go.
This proof in the
You-
pudding
you
as
know
to why
what?
it's your
we
show.
go. Here we
I
go.
can fill in
But
for you.
but that's
Yeah,
what I'm
you
just
can do
saying.
that,
Though. That's
too.
why it's your show.
Well,
because
if-
you made the decision without even talking to
If
me
you want to have
about
somebody,
not having a show on the 18th.
if you want to have somebody fill in, go right ahead. Go right. If you want to have Chris fill in,
we won't do a show that day
will
because
you
can't
stop
be here.
it?
But that's what I'm meaning. That's the whole. You say it's our show, but you never.
But then if I ask you, you're going to say, "Oh, it doesn't matter to me. It's your show."
no, if you say, listen, I can't do it on the 18th. Do we want to do it on Monday the day after, or do you just want to do it yourself? Because I have an engagement to go to that day, or,
Chris,
Mhm.
my thing says antivirus detected one threat. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Just a little.
But now I can't see myself on the TV.
Yeah, now Greg can't see his smiling face.
Yeah, neither can you.
Jeez.
Not yet. You'll be able to see it up there.
Yep. And up there.
And
Yep.
Up there. And I'll be able to see it
Oh,
on
it
mine.
disappeared.
How's it?
The threat's gone.
How's it healing, Greg?
Don't know. That's why I'm getting an MRI.
No, I mean the leg.
This?
Yeah.
It's been like this forever.
Oh.
This one little last part. It's getting a little better, but just one little part of just won't.
How's your website coming up? The diabetic one. It's got to be a hell of a lot better than our website right now.
I just started working
Dude,
on
sh-
it again
you
last
paying him?
night.
Are you paying him to do it? Shut up.
What was that?
I
Beggars
just started
can't be
working on it
choosers.
again last night.
What, that one or ours?
I just downloaded all the
Oh.
software to start working on any of them again last night. My computers have been down for almost 3 weeks.
Really?
Ever since I had to reload Windows on them all.
Wow.
I just haven't had the time to download it. And then that computer over there is down completely. I gotta figure out what's going on.
And that's the one we used last week, right? No?
That's my DC server.
Oh.
You used this one last week, the laptop that I'm using.
Now, is there any way you can put the two of us up on there before we come up so I can see what it looks like? You'll still be able to get the banner and stuff, right?
You wanna see what it's gonna look like?
You can look at that one.
What's the difference?
Because that's your camera you're supposed to be looking at you for the show.
Fine.
This is what you're gonna look like on the left-hand side.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a little jumpy,
Oh,
just because I'm using Facebook for the cameras.
Right.
So it's nervous?
So, no, it's going out to Facebook server and then back here, and then I have two of them going out and coming back, and then it's gonna be going back out to there.
Whoops, so there's 3 watching now.
Chris, I'm supposed to get on here?
Did you click a button?
Yep.
Remember, go to the right of the screen. Don't hold the button.
I'm not.
You must press that button.
Okay. Because I want to get on here first, because this is where we're going to be signing in. Up to watching now. Okay, thank you.
When you do it, hit that button right there.
Which one?
This
Okay, the
little
small one?
tiny- Yeah.
Greg, look,
That
man,
doesn't
something
actually
happened when it got messed up. Top Rope Report, episode 105.
Mm-hmm.
Top Rope episode report 105.
No, I just logged in on my phone,
Yep.
and it went from 3 watching now down to 2 watching.
It's Polish.
It
I-
also
I'm
has
mom
a
and dad.
delay.
You don't talk to him at all?
I haven't heard from them.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, no news is good news, I guess. 18 minutes to go.
And you gotta remember, there's about a minute delay between here and when it's live.
Oh, it's back up to 3
A
watching.
minute delay?
Just about.
Wow. So then what you're saying is when I talk, then a minute later Greg should talk so he can catch up, huh? Or Greg talks and then a minute later I talk so he can catch up. Okay. Ooh. Last night, the Wrecking Ball shocked NEW Wrestling by defeating Bull Dread in 1 minute.
Hmm.
Well, that's because he attacked him.
He cheated. He brought a wrecking ball.
He cheated. He didn't play fair.
Mm-hmm. Still got 18 minutes.
Yep. Well, really, 17 minutes and 1 second.
Same difference. And I don't know if
This
he.
is Greg Chester. We are
talked
live
to-
in 17 minutes.
I don't know if he had talked to you about the phone number, because that's the other thing we can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned that last week. Get an
Yeah.
800 number.
Or it could be a regular number. Doesn't matter either way.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'll hook it up to the DC server, and it'll go to that phone. Or like, I use the Magic Jack. I can hook the Magic Jack up to that computer, and use it as a audio input, and have it go to that phone still, and have you talk, or have it you talk just through the mic too.
oh,
Right.
well, that's
And
cool.
have it come out of the speakers,
That's cool.
so you can hear it. I'll be back.
We'll be here.
This modem,
Oh,
I love it better than the other. The other one was a piece of crap.
yeah. That's the one we had when we had Frontier.
You had this one?
Yep.
That's surprising. Because this is a business modem, and it's a dual modem. Meaning it can take a cable
Mhm.
and the DSL.
I like that.
It's actually got two DSL
Chris put
signals.
that up there. Finally working really good. Can't wait to start shooting the show. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Just have to wait for the equipment. 4 cameras, 2 mics, and an external sound card.
That's the exact one I had.
So you must have had the upgraded
Yeah, we had the.
service.
yeah.
The
Yep.
DSL over IP. DSL IP. Better than regular DSL. Not by much though.
No. Just their customer service was horrible.
Yeah, their customer
They couldn't.
services.
They couldn't fix the few little problems we had, and then the whole billing snafu. And it's
Oh
like, you
yeah,
know,
that reminds me. I gotta call them on Monday. I have a credit waiting because I've been down for almost 2 months.
Good luck.
Oh no, they already put it in.
Oh, okay.
The technician that had to fix it
Mm-hmm.
put in there that the service was down for 2 months.
Oh.
He's like, there's no reason that it should have been. They should have had that fixed almost immediately.
Yep.
I mean, it was a problem out on the street right here, and a problem at the hub.
Oh.
I was going down at 6 o'clock every night. Until 6.
Well, at least you knew it was going to
No.
go down at the same time every night, so it wasn't too bad.
Well, it happens to be, it means you couldn't access any of the websites.
Yep.
I couldn't get online, so I couldn't play my game. I couldn't watch my. I wake up around 6 o'clock.
Aren't we missing pictures?
You didn't bring any more. You were supposed to bring them today.
Oh, I thought I had them last week. Could have sworn I bought the envelope with the pictures last week.
Before I put them up, I actually have to ask my landlord.
Oh, okay.
We just had to renew leases, and as part of the lease, the new lease, I'm only supposed to have 2 pins in each wall.
Really?
2 small nails
Wow.
in each wall.
I think you got a few more than that.
Well, seeming this was up before I signed the new lease,
Right.
these are sort of grandfathered in.
Yeah.
But I gotta ask him about putting up any new ones. Because I also don't know if these count, because these might not count. And that's what I use to hold everything up. Except for that, except the 2 boards.
Okay, I have a question. If I wanted to chat on here, where do I go?
I don't know. There should be something that says chat.
Chat right here, let's see. Whoops. Huh. That's odd. That's all right. Whoops. something.
Something.
Something. There we go. Okay, there we are. Now this here I want to put over here. Let's see, this microphone's going to be in my way if I have to move this thingamawatch in here. Come on. Now, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yay, me. We have to figure something out with that. I can't be using one mouse for two computers. That's confusing the shit out of me.
It's not. It's one computer. It just goes back and forth between the two.
Yeah, but I have to keep moving. It's a pain in the butt.
It's easy. It's just, you know.
50. Okay, so all the thingamawatches are nice and clear for you over there now? The pictures, the views, everything else? Now you can control the stuff over there, right? So that doesn't mean be putting horns on top of us while we're, you know, make little,
I could do that.
you know, paint little mustaches or something on us.
I can do that too.
Bum, bum, bum. Davey.
What's going on?
Oh, not much. I was reading a post on Facebook this morning. Boy, what's her name? Pretty pissed off. Bull Dread.
Why? What's up?
Last night he had a match against Wrecking Ball at Northeast Wrestling,
Yeah?
and Wrecking Ball attacked him before the match started and beat him in 1 minute. So Bull Dread was like disrespecting him on Facebook and everything, and he goes, "We'll see how much of a man you are on May 7th when you and I have a Waterbury street fight." So,
Hey, I got a customer, so can I let you go quick?
yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Alright.
Bye. Wow, got customers in 8 minutes till live. Yay, Chris. Yeah, this should prove to be interesting. I like the first thing where it says 18 views, Top Rope Report live stream with Chris's picture up there. Looks like he's poking himself in the eye. Yeah, see, all that's up there too. Chris, I know we're not going to touch it, but it says on my computer 16 threats detected. PC Keeper. really 5 because I start the phone at 1 minute till. I think by the time it runs through all that other stuff, it's already 12 o'clock. Oh, so there's a second birthday today. Not only it'll be Ox Baker's birthday on Tuesday, but today, official day, birthday of Rowdy Roddy Piper. So now I wonder what's going to happen now. Bray Wyatt got injured in Italy. Did you see that?
They don't know how bad he's injured.
That's crazy. Wow, that was a fast minute.
Well, I was trying to, I gotta type it all in and do it all.
Oh,
And
okay.
hit transition.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's about a minute delay, so I can't do it right as it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see somebody watching this and be like, that was a fast minute.
Yeah, really. He's like, damn, I got 2 minutes to go pee. And he come back in, the show's on. Damn, that was quick.
It says 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was losing both matchups when I looked on Thursday or Friday,
I know I'm losing the one on ESPN, but I'm winning the one on Fox.
and losing one on ESPN, winning one. But other than there's no chance of me catching in this guy. Maybe if I pull off a win. In the categories
I
that
wonder if somebody's actually sitting there. Okay, it's been 66 seconds now.
the categories
So like
he's beating
45.
me in, he's crushing me in.
What's that?
The categories he's beating me in, he's crushing me in. The categories I'm winning, I'm crushing him in.
Oh, there you go.
So, that'll be a loss.
All right, 1 minute to go.
It actually says that.
No, it says 2 minutes.
It should. I already updated it. There we go.
Okay. Well, mine's. There we go.
What time do you want me to start the intro?
59.
59, it's not a minute long.
Huh? Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
that's
a minute
true.
long.
Yeah, it's only like.
Well, you can start it right at 12.
I mean, if we go quote unquote live on TalkShoe before we go live on this, that's no big deal.
Yeah.
We just, Now, will it still pick up on his phone the actual intro so they'll actually hear it when they listen to it on TalkShoe or no?
I would have to set up the sound so that it would pick up on his phone, and then we'd have so much feedback that it's not funny.
All right, here we
Just
go.
curious. Yeah, I took off my Pepsi label. No free advertising for Pepsi on our show.
Okay, I'm dialing now, Chris.
I already started.
Welcome to TalkShoe. Please enter the call ID followed by. You are now joining the call. You are unmuted.
Recorded live.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the illustrious Mr.
It's
Trivia
just
for
disconnected.
the Top Rope Report. We are here live on 1640 PWPR, Pro Wrestling Podcast Radio, and the Top Rope Report. Alongside me, as usual, every week. Couldn't do the show without him. My co-host, my tag team partner, the Nugster Greg. Greg, once again, welcome to the Top Rope Report.
Hey, Mr. Trivia, how you doing today?
Well, we're doing pretty good. We got quite a bit going on now in wrestling, but before we start today, I'd like to send out a couple of happy birthday wishes from the Top Rope Report, and the first one goes out to the fantastic, legendary, late great Ox Baker, who turned 82 years old on the 19th, but we are doing a little birthday special for him, and also Rowdy Piper.
Don't.
Seem to be having some issues here right about now. But this is something that, like I said, we're going live on our YouTube channel. You can also give us a call at 724-444-7444. We will be here for the better part of an hour. And so, Greg, what's been going on as far as you've been in the world of wrestling?
Not much. They want to also pay a little condolences in the passing of Balls Mahoney. I know they had a little reunion at the ECW arena. RBD actually made his first appearance at ECW arena in years. So, I want a little brief moment of silence in memory of Balls Mahoney.
Thank you. Yeah, Balls Mahoney was one of the greats. He was one of the ECW originals, and I was pretty sad when I heard about his passing. But I understand this week there was a thing going on an injury to Bray Wyatt. Have you heard anything more about that, and what's going to be his status coming up?
They're still not sure. I mean, he's still quote-unquote advertised for the Payback pay-per-view because they don't know the severity of the injury. There was an actual online report of somebody that was in attendance to the event that he got injured at and said that he was going pretty much full throttle and all of a sudden just stopped dead in the ring, held his calf, and then they ended the match right there. So you don't know the extent of the injury as of now.
Okay, yeah. Did they say who he was facing, or?
It was Roman Reigns.
Oh, Roman Reigns. Okay. Because I noticed this last week on Monday Night Raw, they teamed together. I mean, is that something that the WWE is going to be having? Maybe these guys are going to be teaming up quite a bit, or what?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's part of the face turn for the Wyatts, which I think is something that would be great.
And I know. I mean, I happened to catch the Final Four of the tag team tournament, and it's going to be interesting. You got the Usos against the Vaudevillains, and Enzo and Kaz versus the Dudleys. If you had your pick of the two teams in the finals, who would you like to see?
Of the tournament, or who do I want to see go up against the New Day?
No, in the tournament, for the tag team tournament. Who would you like to see win the tournament to go against the New Day?
That's a tough one, but I mean, of the four remaining, I really don't have a dog in the fight. So it's 6 of one, half dozen of another. I'll go with the Vaudevillains.
Okay, I mean, I was really surprised to see them on SmackDown last week. I didn't think that they would get up here to the main roster as early as they did. But, they're not a bad team.
No, like we've discussed in the past, that it was, a while ago, it was over a year ago, before John Uso got injured, that they were really going forward with a highly competitive tag division. So then you had the injury to, John Uso, then you had the injury to Tyson Kidd, then Cesaro, then you had Sin Cara fall off due to an injury. So their tag team division kind of got stale. With, Sin Cara coming back, so you have your Lucha Underground back, and then the Colognes are being rebranded. They've had a couple promos on the last couple, televised shows. Now you bring up these two tag teams from, NXT, and now you've got yourself, enough tag teams to do, an 8 tag team tournament.
Right.
So.
Also, I heard something. I don't know if you had heard anything to the effect of this, but a couple of suspensions have been levied by the WWE now.
Yep.
One
For
by-
repeat offenders.
Yep. One by Adam Rose, and the other one by Connor from the Ascension.
Yes. Both got 60 days effective immediately, so.
And that's because of the wellness program,
Yep.
correct?
Yep. Violation of the wellness program. Second offense.
I don't know why these people just don't seem to get it here. They're just, you got to understand that, the wellness program is there for a reason.
Right.
And it's just, something that, for some reason, this is the first time that I've heard, you said it was a repeat, but this is the first time I've heard of those guys being suspended.
Well, your first offense isn't a suspension. It's like a warning. Then you get your second offense is the 60-day suspension. I'm not sure how long they get suspended for if there's a third violation.
Third violation, I think they should get a swift kick in the ass. And out the door they go with their walking papers. But, have you been seeing this on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown about, looks like the Cologne brothers are coming back.
That's what I just said. They've
Yeah.
rebranded the Colognes.
Yep. And that's going to be interesting, because they say, greetings from Puerto Rico, the island of the South, and or whatever they have, and hopefully they'll make a noise in the tag team division as well. But we're just having, the show going on here today. We're trying to iron out some problems that we've been having early. I'm sure we'll get those taken care of pretty soon. This is 1640 PWPR, Pro Wrestling Podcast Radio. Our chat is up and running on both YouTube and
It's not on YouTube.
We're trying to get
trying to get the
connected to
trying to get
YouTube.
connected to YouTube. So if anybody out there has been trying to watch us on YouTube, we apologize right now. Hopefully we'll be back up shortly. And also at 12:30, calling into the top rope tonight, this afternoon, will be IWF Ladies Independent Wrestler, the All-Star Michelle D. She's going to be talking to us about her title match she had last night in New York. So hopefully things went well for Michelle, and maybe she's the new IWF champion. We'll find out when she calls.
Well, hopefully for her luck, for her sake, hopefully she did win.
Yes, that would be nice if she did, and we'll have to wait just to see, how she made out. We're just looking forward to hearing from her. So, but like I said, this is 1640 PWPR, Pro Wrestling Podcast Radio, and the Top Rope Report. You're here with the illustrious Mr. Trivia and the Nokester Greg. So, we have May 1st coming up is Payback, right? And you said last week they had them backwards? Payback and the other pay-per-view?
Well, no. One website listed in reverse as to how they actually are.
Okay. Does anybody have the problem. I guess they don't have the problem resolved there yet, but we'll just continue, doing what we got to do. And our poor technician guy here is bouncing up and down like a yo-yo. It always seems that everything works fine until the show goes on, Then once the show goes on, something's wrong. So we'll just have to bear with us for just one quick second, and like I said, we're getting all of our
Trying to get our ducks in a row.
right, trying to get our ducks in a row. This is
But the
something
ducks aren't cooperating.
right. This is something that we're trying to do. We started the last week for a trial run, came out pretty good. We're doing it again this week, and I seem to be having a few technical difficulties. But
Yeah, well, we're trying a little different setup this week than we had last week. So
right. Only because the certain parts that we needed to come in happened, just didn't happen to come in. So we'll be taking care of that pretty soon. But we're still going to be here, so stay tuned, and we'll be bringing you all the wrestling news as it happens. But Greg, any other things you got to be bringing up so that the wrestling fans out there can be aware of what's going on?
well, yeah, I'm just kind of totally thrown off. You're like not into it right now. It seems. You okay?
Oh yeah, I'm all right.
You sure?
Yeah, sometimes you get the technical difficulties like this when you go live.
Yeah, but we're live on Talk Show every week, so it shouldn't be any different. Come on, buddy, get in there.
Yeah,
Get
that's
back
true.
in there.
That's true.
What are your thoughts on Vince McMahon running Raw again?
You mean Shane McMahon?
Yes, that's what I mean. Sorry.
Well, I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, he put together some pretty good matches this past Monday night, and I don't know. Did you hear anything about maybe him coming back to run Raw again this week?
I saw it said there was a question mark saying, will Shane be at Raw Monday? They haven't announced that he's officially going to be there, but they're not denying that there's a chance that he could be there.
I mean, I liked last week with the Kevin Owens thing. I mean, Kevin Owens, the way he was talking to Shane, he needs to, kind of watch his P's and Q's there. You can't be talking to the boss like that.
Right.
And it was, it was an interesting thing. The crowd, Shane really gets the crowd up and going, and that's what the WWE's been lacking lately is, the crowd reaction.
Well, I don't know if it's. I mean, they've had good crowds in the past, but I think it's the television audience, because I think automatically just being at a live event, you're already, energized to be there. But I think it's the rest of the WWE universe that's not there watching these live shows that they're getting concerned with it. Maybe they're watching, Dancing with the Stars or The Voice or one of these other, TV shows, because that's who their, significant others wants to watch. But, I think that's the reason why they need to, because ratings are down, pay-per-view sales are down.
Right. I also understand that Bobby Roode finally signed with NXT.
When was that?
I saw it on one of the WWE websites.
Oh, okay.
That
I
he had
didn't see
signed
that.
with NXT, and he's
Yeah, as of last week, he had said I had not officially signed, but I didn't see any news. Yeah, WWE.com is typically a site that I don't go to for news because, by then it's news. I like to go for the stuff that, is kind of floating out there.
right. And we have, we have our sources, and other people have their sources. We're still trying to. We're firm believers that sometimes we think that the people up in the Stanford area are watching the show because they do get a lot of some of the ideas that we've had on the show, that you've had on the show, always seem to happen on one of their shows, and it's like, wow, are they actually watching us? So that's something that I kind of wonder, but this
he keeps going off.
this past Friday night, I happened to catch Friday Night Fights at PWA in Cheshire, and it was actually.
How was it? Was it a tag team where everyone were tag teams or something I saw?
Yeah, they had like a lot of tag teams there. One team that I've been wanting to interview for a long time, and I got a chance to see him and talk to him. And if any of you fans out there ever get a chance to see this tag team on the independent circuit, go see them. It's the SWO. They're called the Sexy World Order, Certified Team Sexy, which is Nutrius X and oh god, I can't even remember the other guy's name now. It's pretty embarrassing. But they are a great team. They got more moves than a Swiss watch. I definitely would guarantee that you would want to watch them as a tag team. You know, Joseph Von Schmidt, the new Ox Baker old school champion. I kind of messed up that interview.
Well, he's been there for a few weeks now, hasn't he?
Yeah, he defeated Wrecking Ball Legursky, which is something that I'll get into in just a minute with what happened with Wrecking Ball yesterday in his match with Bull Dread. We'll get into that later on, but that is definitely, you know, a great show to see on Fridays. It's only 5 matches for $5. They had Hippie Dicky Moon and, you know, they're regular guys that they had on, but it just seems like their shows get better and better every week that I go see it. And I would definitely tell other people, you know, if you get a chance to go out there and see it on Sandbank Road in Cheshire, you know, don't miss it. It's good entertainment for the family.
Any news on if they're going to actually do a, not that the Friday Night Fights aren't full-blown shows, but still it's a 5-match show. Do you know if Von Schmidt has anything cooking at a, you know, say a middle school or, you know, a bigger event? Other than just at the school soon?
I haven't heard anything lately. I'm going to be talking with Joseph Von Schmidt in the upcoming days and, you know, find out if he's going to be doing any schools or any fairs or anything like that where, you know, they'll get more people.
Another call.
So we'll definitely have that for you probably next week to see what's going on. And also April 30th, Mario Mancini and his Paradise Alley Wrestling is doing another show once again at the Joseph Malolo Middle School in East Haven, Connecticut, with Paul Roma defending his Paradise Alley Wrestling Championship against Richard Holiday, and Mario Mancini and Big Steve the Bondsman going against the Battle Brothers. Now, anybody who knows and follows independent wrestling knows the Battle Brothers are a top tag team. So Mario and Big Steve the Bondsman have their work cut out for them. So that's about all for the indie circuit right now. I follow a lot of PWA and a lot of Paradise Alley, so I usually bring a lot of that stuff up. But getting back to WWE and TNA and NXT and...
Yeah, I've actually watched a little bit of TNA this past week. And they had an opening segment where Matt Hardy came out into the ring with Tyrus and, what's her name, Reba, whatever her name is, Reby Sky.
Reby Sky, yeah.
And their newborn child. And he was talking how he's, you know, made all this money on, you know, using the Hardy name, and, you know, that's what wrestling's been built on for years, and told his brother Jeff to come out, and Jeff came out, and he basically was telling him that he wanted him to use any other name in the world that he can use other than Hardy, because he was bringing the name Hardy down. He was, you know, making it worthless, and you know, he's not able to sustain the living that he needs to live because Jeff Hardy's bringing the Hardy name down. Found it quite hilarious that Matt Hardy is telling Jeff Hardy that, you know, he's disgracing the Hardy name.
Yeah, I mean...
If it wasn't for Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy probably wouldn't be in, you know, he'd probably still be floating around independent shows, but he wouldn't be on TV if it wasn't for the success that Jeff Hardy had given the Hardy name.
Exactly. I mean, you know, Jeff Hardy, like you said, you know, Jeff Hardy is, and even the Hardy name is synonymous with wrestling, tag team wrestling, WWE. Wherever they go, they're just a huge draw everywhere they go.
Yep, and it set up a match next week in TNA where it's going to be Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy one-on-one. And so during the show, they had another backstage confrontation, and Matt Hardy chose to team with Tyrus and told Jeff to pick a partner, and whoever won that match would get to choose a stipulation for next week. Matt's was, if they won, it would be an I Quit match. Jeff, if he won with his tag team partner, would be a Full Metal Mayhem match.
Okay.
So he wound up tagging with Drew Galloway, the current TNA, I don't know if they call him World Heavyweight Champion or just Heavyweight Champion or Shitty Champion or Sucky Champion or whatever they call him. But Matt and Tyrus wound up coming off the win. Bobby Lashley then came down and speared Drew McIntyre, so they're going to be going a one-on-one match, Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy, in an I Quit match, which Might actually be me worth actually recording the show so I can actually just see that match.
Right. I mean, that's something that, now that's on what, Wednesday nights?
Yeah, on Pop TV,
I believe we see it here on the
channel
East Coast.
82 or something like that.
Yeah. And that's definitely something to check out, because I've never known any of the Hardys to quit in any wrestling match, so that should be something
Well,
to watch.
didn't years ago when the whole three-way thing with Edge, Lita, and Matt Hardy, didn't they have a match literally where he quit because Edge literally knocked the living shit out of him, left him pretty much unconscious in the ring, so he had to kind of quit?
Yeah, I mean...
I don't think it was an efficient I quit match,
Right.
but he is definitely, given up before.
Oh, yeah.
But they also had an 8-man tag match. It was Beer Money versus Bromance, DK, or DK, however you want to say it. You say tomato, I say tomato.
Mm-hmm.
And then Eric Young and Brom, whatever his name is. And just watching that match, just proof in the pudding as to why TNA will never be WWE. So many of the moves that they do are just so advertised that they're going to do them that it was borderline pathetic.
Right.
Beer Money wound up, eventually winning the match. We know that that's somewhere here soon. They're going to disband. I know TNA has scheduled their next set of tapings for this week. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I don't know if the Sunday one's going to be a pay-per-view for them eventually or something. I'm not sure, but as we know, Bobby Roode's no longer with TNA, so...
Yeah, so that's something that's going to be interesting. Bobby Roode has signed with NXT, and where he fits into the NXT bill is going to be something that the WWE fans are definitely going to be looking forward to.
Yeah.
So, and now you are watching,
Just exit out of everything, or-
watching 1640 PWPR Pro Wrestling Podcast Radio. I am the illustrious Mr. Trivia. Alongside me, as usual, my co-host, the Nokester Greg. We are also on YouTube, where you can go to Top Rope Report, all one word, space live, and you can catch the show on YouTube. We are at the 12:22 mark, I believe, of the show right now, and within the next 8 minutes, we are expecting a call from IWF female wrestler, the All-Star Michelle D, to talk about her IWF title match last night. Did she become the first IWF Women's Champion? We'll find out when Michelle calls. So, I guess we're...
It's okay. I can talk and type at the same time, man. I can multitask.
I guess we're still experiencing a few difficulties here, and but hopefully everybody that's on TalkShoe can hear us, and we're just like you said, we're up on the May 1st. Now there happens to be two pay-per-views this month, Greg, and I was just wondering if you knew anything about the WWE having two pay-per-views in the same month. I mean, when was the last time that happened?
It happens at least twice a year because they wind up having 14 or 15 pay-per-views. So it happens 2 or 3 times a year. Because they're only like 3, maybe 4 weeks apart when they do them. So
Right.
Because you had that long 7-week in between Royal Rumble or between Fastlane or whatever it is. It's still Fastlane now, and then WrestleMania. So there's never anything really in March. So they have 15 pay-per-views a year. So there's 11 months. So there's 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 months where they do 2 pay-per-views.
Right. And if anybody is watching us on YouTube, I believe there we are. So hopefully they're checking us out, and something that we're trying. Fortunately for us, we have a wonderful sponsor, and there we are. I waved it out a minute later, but that worked out good. We have a sponsor with Chris Crandall and KC Computers, who's been instrumental in us getting all this stuff up. Also, Johnny K from M&J Video Games and Collectibles has been very supportive and very instrumental in getting us a lot of stuff for the Top Rope Report. So for all your computer needs, go see KC Computers. And so, Greg, I mean, just before we get to here, I mean, you want to do your Nuggies news before?
No, we can wait for Michelle to
We
call.
wait for Michelle to call. Okay,
Yeah.
after Michelle D calls us in, we're going to go right to Nuggies Nuggets of News. Never want to miss that on Sundays. That's one of the top things here on the Top Rope Report. Excuse me. So, AJ Styles now versus Roman Reigns at the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, there was something actually very interesting I read. The last 3 WrestleManias, whoever has been in the second match of WrestleMania has gone on to be in the title match against the champion in the next pay-per-view. Which is just, it's, the year before it was Rusev and Cena, and then, the championship match, and then next year Rollins was in the second match, and last year he wanted to be in the championship, he was in the championship match. This year AJ Styles lost the second match, now he's fighting Roman Reigns. Just a little interesting little tidbit of information that I actually read out there today, so.
Okay. Also, one of our sponsors, Johnny K, had informed me yesterday while we were, out and about, meeting the public and everything. He was telling me he heard through the grapevine that Randy Orton is suffering from fibromyalgia. And that might, could possibly put an end to his career. Have you heard anything to that effect, or?
No, I actually have in my news reporting that he and WWE expect he's actually with them over in Europe, getting ready to wrestle in some dark matches, and he's expected back on WWE TV. I believe it's late May, early June.
Oh, okay. So it looks like Randy Orton will be back for the SummerSlam pay-per-view, which by the way is...
Yeah, late April, early May.
Right.
And you mean June. But yeah, that's when he's expected to return.
And,
he was one of the first superstars, that started that horrible string of just superstars going down. That Cesaro's back. I mean, he did get injured shortly after him, but it's time for Randy Orton to come back, and I think we need the injection of him back into the into the wrestling scene to help energize the crowds.
Exactly. It was nice to see Cesaro back. I mean, I like his gimmick now with the suit, and he comes off, boom, rips it off, and there he goes. He's ready to go. But I mean, do we see any other things going on for Cesaro? I mean, does he have any title matches coming up? I haven't really heard anything.
There's I have a couple thoughts. I mean, I think he'd be a good contender to put in there for the IC title against The Miz.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin Owens would be good, Sami Zayn would be good, but I think they need to argue. They need to settle their differences before either one of them can move forward. Zack Ryder, he won at WrestleMania. He had his moment, lost the next night. I don't see him remaining in the title picture. So I mean, I think a returning Cesaro could very well easily be, a good possible title contender for the IC title match.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I can see him against The Miz. I believe, that would be a amazing match. Cesaro and The Miz. And, with Maurice back, I don't know what kind of effect she's going to have on The Miz and his title reigns. I mean, I know you're pretty happy to see Maurice back.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, Cesaro versus The Miz should possibly, it could possibly be a match at the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, it very well could be.
Yep. And so we are here at 1640 PWPR Pro Wrestling Podcast Radio, the Top Rope Report. I am your host, the illustrious Mr. Trivia, alongside me again as usual every week. My good friend, my tag team partner, the Nugster Greg, bringing you all the news and notes and do's and don'ts in the world of pro wrestling. We're going to be expecting a call very shortly now from the All-Star Michelle D. Waiting to see if she has become the very first IWF Women's Champion. We're hoping that maybe possibly we'll have a champion on the show with us. That would be pretty good.
Well, if she does join the show, she'll be the second champion because you're a champion in my heart, Mr.
Oh, well,
Trivia.
I thank you there, Nugster. I really appreciate that. And, as far as tag team champions go, we've got to be the tag team champions of the talk show industry right now. I mean, this is something that's been a dream of mine for a long time, and Greg came on, and it's just made the show that much better. And we just do our thing and bring you guys the notes and the news and the programs and interviews next week. The sky's the limit here for the Top Rope Report. But I mean, Greg, what do we got? If you want to get into the, here we go. Just 1 second. I believe this is Michelle D on the line with us right now. As soon as I can bring it up, I believe we have the All-Star Michelle D on the line with us. Michelle, are you there?
Hey guys, yes, I'm here.
Hey, are we the new IWF Women's Champion?
Unfortunately not.
Oh.
To announce that I am not the new and first IWF Women's Champion.
No.
That honor goes to the lovely Miss Tasha Steele, and she put on a great performance last night, a great match, and as did Red Hot Aaron Winter. I mean, I hate to say it, but she held her own. She has the sneaky things, though. Of course, obviously, she came out of nowhere and pinned me, and it was my mistake that I didn't see her coming. But I kind of tried to kick out, but you know how those sneaky ones do it. She wouldn't. She kind of grabbed my tight nobody saw it, and the rest didn't see it. But I felt it, and I was really not happy about it.
I'm sure.
So when's the rematch?
You know what? We do have a show this Saturday night at the Nutley Camp Center, the IWF Wrestling and Party Place. This Saturday at 75 Franklin Avenue, where all the usual shows are. Last night we went to the Web Center, but that will be the next show, and I have already told Tasha she better watch out because I'm coming for that belt.
Great. Well, she better polish it up real nice because she's just holding it for you until the next match, I believe.
Absolutely.
So for the fans out there who don't know who All-Star Michelle D is, give us a little story on how the All-Star Michelle D got involved in wrestling.
The All-Star Michelle D has been into sports my whole life. I have always been in some sort of athletic endeavor, whether it was way back in the day. As a little kid, I used to dance as most girls do. Then I moved on to cheerleading. Yes, I know there's some judgment there, but I did competitive cheerleading. So it wasn't just standing on the sideline, cheering on the guys. I did that for a number of years, and as they said, basically, I'm no stranger to victory. I won a lot of competitions there back in the day. I played softball my whole life, won some championships there. I studied Kung Fu. I did a few weeks in Kung Fu as well, got some gold there. And then powerlifting, I have a New York State record in deadlifting. And so, all these years, I've done all this, and one day I tried to hit my shot out, and I my birthday in Kansas a year and a half ago. And it was really an awesome experience. The first day I went there, I didn't know what to expect, and I just thought, well, I'm going to do this now. I got to put my money where my mouth is. And I challenged myself to do it, and after the first day, I loved it. And I said to Kevin, I want to join if you'll have me. And he's like, absolutely. So that is how the All-Star Michelle G was born at the IWF Wrestling Center.
Oh, great.
So who actually officially entered the wrestling world first, you or Ken?
Well, in the wrestling ring,
Yes.
that would be me actually working in the ring. But in the wrestling world, that would be Ken, a number of years ago doing his show and also commentating and ring announcing the Goldies and various other people in the New Jersey area.
Great. And for you wrestling fans out there, you can catch the Ken Reedy Show live on Blog Talk Radio every Monday night, 6:30 p.m., where you will see Ken Reedy and his co-host, Diamond Dave Rosenbluth. So don't forget to catch them on Blog Talk Radio every Monday night, 6:30 to 8 p.m. It's a great show. You definitely don't want to miss it. Also,
Yeah, go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry, Michelle, go ahead.
No, that's fine. Continue.
Oh, okay. And also, so I understand that it's the American Bulldog Ken Reedy, and the last time we met, as a matter of fact, the last time I believe we saw each other was at the autograph signing at the Enfield Square Mall when Matt Hardy was there with Revy Sky.
Oh, yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, how is Ken doing with his career now?
He's doing well, yeah. We were a sponsor of that event. It was like a few, a few, 3 years ago maybe. He's doing great as far as the Bulldog Ken Reedy goes and as far as the Ken Reedy Show. He was a part of the 15-man Battle Royal last night. And for him, I can honestly say being in the main event with Tito Santana was probably a dream come true. He did really well. He was an early entrant. And he held his own for a while, but you know how it goes. It's like utter chaos in there. You turn your back on one guy to hit another guy, and next thing you know it, you're tossed over in a row.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, I happened to be speaking with the Nugster today before the show came on, and I'm sure you know as well as Ken knows, I don't know if I told you or not, but we will be at WrestleMania next year at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, and Greg came up with an idea where, well, maybe we can get together and meet Ken Reedy somewhere and do a show Saturday night with the two of us live from the Citrus Bowl to do a WrestleMania special.
Well, we have a year's plan, obviously. Ken Reedy Show has aired live from the city of WrestleMania several times in the past. We had a live show in Miami or in Atlanta, when Hurricane Helmslot a few years ago, whichever WrestleMania that was. And he had broadcast the show from Houston, I believe it was, and a bunch of other times. So when we've done our road trips, we've done the show on the road because it's easy to bring on the whole studio with us. The last 2 years we have not done a live broadcast because we fly and we're trying to be economical and not bring the whole everything that you should think, But he has also, I believe, in the past recorded some interviews for use later on the show, not a live broadcast. So we're always meeting people, and we gained fans of the show, and now that we're wrestling, I can't tell you how great it was to meet a lot of fans while we were in Dallas this year, and they're following us now, and there's people from the West Coast that now know who Bulldog is and the All-Star, and they're following us on Twitter, and it's a really cool experience when you go as a wrestler and you network and you talk to people.
Yep.
So, are there any plans in the future, possibly, for some intergender tag team matches?
Actually, nothing that I know of, but we have had in the past. Actually, when I started, I was part of an intergender series of matches, and we've had a few matches with the ladies versus who was actually the ref in my match last night, Weasel. We've had a little bit of a rivalry last summer. I was proud to say that I did get the pin on
Great, yeah, and that would definitely be a great tag team partner to have, and it would definitely be a great team. So, Michelle, for anybody out there who doesn't know where they could see you wrestle or how they can get in touch with you, let the fans out there know how they can get in touch with the All-Star Michelle D.
Okay, well, on Twitter and Instagram, we'll start with the IW Wrestling, IWS Wrestling. That is on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can also follow Kevin Knight, who is the owner of the school and also wrestler. He's had an illustrious career that I'm sure you've heard of him. Many people out there have. He's Kevin Knight NJ at Twitter, and you can find him on Facebook. And you can find All-Star Michelle D on Twitter and Instagram as Michelle 3D. And then you can find Ken Reedy at the Ken Reedy Show. He's on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Great. Greg, any final words for Michelle?
You know, just, you know, go get them. You know, it's the best thing to do in this business is is accomplish and climb the top of that ladder. So you go out there and you get that title next Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, last night was a bit of a letdown, like I said. I mean, we had a great match, great thing going, ourselves on top of the world. You know, I had the upper hand on Tasha at the time, and, you know, she threw a forearm and then just totally threw me off my game. You know, I was kind of recovering from that for a couple seconds, and I looked up, and there was this clothesline from Red Hot, and, you know, she got me down, and I just couldn't get back up. But, like I said today, the most important thing is it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up, and I'm back on my feet, and I'm ready for the challenge, and I will go after that. Now I have it in my sights coming from T Steel, not just dangling over the ring for anyone to get, but now I have a plan, and I'm going after it.
Great. Well, Michelle, we want to wish you the best of luck. Keep the Top Rope Report posted, and we want to thank you very much for joining us. We know you have a very busy schedule, and we want to thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us here, and good luck this Saturday. And Tasha, remember, you're only holding on to that title till Michelle comes and gets it.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
And,
Michelle.
You know, you want to have another talk up here or anybody else in the IWF Bulldogs, let me know.
All right, great. Thank you very much, Michelle. Have a great day.
Thank you too. Bye-bye.
All righty. The All-Star Michelle D from IWF just joined us here on the Top Rope Report. Well, we hope that the rematch goes better for her and she
Yeah.
becomes the new IWF Women's Champion.
You know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So,
Well, that's something that we need to definitely check out one of these times. Maybe like I said, it's out in Nutley, New Jersey, so Nutley, New Jersey is really not that far from our home base. So maybe we get a chance to go out there and check out Michelle D and the American Bulldog Ken Reedy. Yeah, maybe we'll get a chance to get out there. But right now that Michelle D has called up and gave us her insight on her wrestling match, it's now time for Nuggets of News. So, Greg, take it away.
all right. Well, thank you, Mr. Trivia. First thing I want is one thing we keep hearing. They had this big match at WrestleMania between The Undertaker and Shane McMahon. If Undertaker didn't win, he couldn't ever wrestle WrestleMania again. If Shane won, then he would get control of Raw. As we've seen, Shane McMahon has had control of Raw the last 2 weeks. And The Undertaker hasn't been seen. And there's rumblings that The Undertaker is possibly retiring. That he'd mentioned, and I read a couple different reports that he has actually talked to some guys backstage in confidence and was overheard talking about the possibility of retiring. Then came the report that he was booked for 5 shows on their UK tour. So that kind of put any retirement things out of context. Then he was pulled, quote unquote, pulled off the tour. Then, as of yesterday afternoon, I read that he was confirmed for 2 shows in the UK. One was just a live show, and the other was an actual SmackDown taping. But last night, Nuxer's having trouble sleeping, so what do? I go and try and pick up more news, and he's now been once again removed from those two shows. He's actually being replaced by Triple H at the show that they're doing in London, and then he's being replaced by Shane McMahon himself at the one that they're doing in Newcastle. Those are on the 19th and 20th, so that's Tuesday and Wednesday this week. So the question still remains: Is the Undertaker done? What do you think, Trev?
Well, I really don't know. I mean, the Undertaker has had a very illustrious 25-plus year career. And if the Undertaker just wanted to leave the business now, just ride off into the sunset and enjoy time with the missus, and, who would blame him? But it's a thing where, hey, you want to retire and take some time off, then go right ahead and, that's that.
So if he retires, is next year's WWE Hall of Fame class the strongest ever, with the potential Undertaker going in with Daniel Bryan? Could that be the possibly best Hall of Fame class in WWE history?
Possibly, because I could see Daniel Bryan, The Undertaker, The Rock. That would be a great class to get inducted all at one.
See, I don't think The Rock is interested in retiring, because then if he retires, technically, he's not needed anymore. I think him not retiring keeps him relevant. I think if he retires, then he's officially off just doing Baywatch movies and stuff like that, and the Scorpion Killer, whatever it is, the Mummy, whatever he does. And so I think him. Plus, if The Rock is gonna go into the Hall of Fame, I think his ego wants him to be the headliner with a weaker class around him.
Right.
I don't see him wanting to co-headline a WrestleMania Hall of Fame, and obviously if he were to go in the same time as The Undertaker, he would co-headline.
Right.
I mean, I could see Daniel Bryan taking a back seat to The Rock, but not The Undertaker.
Exactly.
But back to the whole Shane McMahon taking over Raw. Once again, there still is talks about the eventual full brand split going, with Shane running Raw and somebody else running SmackDown, and then I don't know how you use NXT in there. Maybe you have, the upper, quote-unquote, upper echelon NXT guys, wrestle on Raw and SmackDown. But if they do the brand split, I'm hearing it will be closer to SummerSlam. So maybe there's another match at SummerSlam that finalizes the brand split. Because they're going to need to do something in the fall, because that's when they're going back up against Monday Night Football. And they're going to need to generate better viewership. What are your true thoughts of a brand split? And if they did do a brand split, do you want to see how they used to do it with like just a straight up Monday Night Raw with a draft, where they draft the people to each of the shows?
Right, yeah, I would like to see that. I think that Monday Night Raw and the WWE seemed to be a lot better when they had the draft, because you never knew who was going anywhere. After a while, it's nice to see your favorite wrestler, your favorite star on your favorite show. If you prefer to watch Monday Night Raw as opposed to SmackDown, and John Cena's on Monday Night Raw, then that's good for the fan, because they want to see their favorite wrestler on their favorite show.
Right.
But the flip side of that is, it would be nice to see different guys on different shows. Will they still have a situation where they could say, oh, let's have the champion defend on either show? No, that's a crock.
Well, you have to, though. And what are you going to do? You only have, there's only one tag team title. There's only one World Heavyweight title. Yeah, you can say, the United States titles on one show and the IC titles on the other show. But what are you going to say to a SmackDown superstar? I'm sorry, you're on SmackDown. You can never challenge for the World Heavyweight title because that's a Raw title. That's bullshit. You can't. That's the reason why I don't want the brand split. Unless you're going to have the champions be able to go back and forth between the two. And I don't want to see that like they did before, a quote unquote Raw pay-per-view, and then the next pay-per-view be a SmackDown pay-per-view, because then you're only seeing half your wrestling stars, each time. They have to do an inter-brand, not that they have to wrestle SmackDown versus Raw, but you have to have, you have your Raw matches and have your SmackDown matches. But I don't see it working the way that the current title picture constitutes.
Yeah, I can see your point on that.
Your Roman Reigns got, maybe you're one of the 7 Roman Reigns fans out there, and he's on Raw, and SmackDown's in your town. Guess what? You're not seeing Roman Reigns. You're a wrestler. You're Cesaro. You're Kevin Owens, and you're put on SmackDown because they want to get good wrestlers on SmackDown to help raise their viewership. You're not challenging for the title because you're not on Raw. You gotta wait till the next year to get possibly drafted to Raw.
Yep. I mean, one of the other things, that's true as well. And it's a situation where if they do that, do you think that they can bring in a SmackDown title for whether it's a singles title or whether it's a tag team title? Would you like to see that if they have a brand split?
Unless they're going to have the champions be able to go back and forth between the shows, you're going to have to bring back the Divas title and have a women's championship and a Diva champion. You're going to have 2 heavyweight championships. You're going to have to go back to it again, and the same thing again with 2 tag team titles, because it's not fair to those that are not on that show. The New Day are the champion. They're on SmackDown, but the Vaudevillians and Ensign Cass are on Raw. Well, shit out of luck, guys. We're going to see the Los Matadores coming back challenging for the title every week because that's where the champion's locked into.
Right.
Couple news on the injury front. Those of you that watched this last week, SmackDown, it was the Lucha Dragons versus the Dudleys, and Kalisto took one hell of a bang, where he was then taken out of the ring, was checked on by the doctors and everything, and never returned to the ring again. My reports are saying that Kalisto can be out for a very, 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 very long time. He could be out for as long as 17 to 18 seconds, as it was all part of the show. He's fine. He was at a live event the next night wrestling. It was just an injury for the show. Just to show how, quote-unquote dominant the Dudleys can be, to try and give them a little bit more of a boost in this tag team tournament. Randy Orton, as we said, looks like he's going to be back very soon. Reports are saying that he could be back on TV as early as late April, early May. What type of injection do you think that does to the WWE roster?
Well, I think it's going to give him a big boost in the, a big shot in the arm, because Randy Orton is, 9-time champion. I mean, he's a legitimate bona fide superstar, and I think that, when he does come back and when they do bring him into, fight, whether it's on Raw or SmackDown or on the pay-per-views, who they gonna have him start a program with?
Right.
That's just something that, the WWE writers are going to have to think about. Same thing with Seth Rollins.
Right, and that was my next name I was going to bring up, because we saw and we read a couple different times just before WrestleMania that he was close to coming back, and then we kind of haven't heard anything since then. So I'm wondering if we're going to see a surprise return from Seth Rollins one of these weeks. Maybe at the next pay-per-view, he kind of interjects himself in the Roman Reigns AJ Styles match. Who knows?
Yeah, that's very, very possible. I mean, they've been gone the better part of 6, 7, 8 months.
Yep.
And, Cesaro's back, which is good, which kind of saved the roster a little bit.
Yeah, gave it a little kick in the ass.
Yep.
Now, if I told you one other former champion had their eyes on returning to the ring by no later than the end of June, possibly early July, would take a guess at who that could possibly be.
Former champion?
Yep.
John Cena, maybe.
Reportedly, Nikki Bella is well ahead of her recuperating time. Maybe John Cena's little, injections into Nikki Bella when they're at home alone in bed has helped her with some healing power. But she has got her eyes on returning to be able to get in the ring again by late June, early July, and she is hoping to be able to, be back into the main event picture by SummerSlam.
That would be great to see Nikki back. I mean, the things that are going on in the women's division now with Charlotte and Becky Lynch. I understand that tomorrow they're looking at a Becky Lynch-Emma possibility for a match on Raw tomorrow night, so that should be something to see. And as soon as the Nuggies news is completed here, I have a question that I want to bring up to Greg that's been going on. The rumors have been circulating, and I wanted to get his opinion on it. I got the opinion of one of our sponsors, Johnny K, yesterday about it, and he didn't think it was too great of an idea, but I'll bring it up to Greg very shortly, see what he thinks about it.
Okay, just got a couple more. We're going to stay in the women's world for a couple more minutes here. SummerSlam. Speaking of SummerSlam, right now it looks like plans are for Charlotte to remain champion throughout a good portion of the summer, and that Sasha Banks' time in the WWE Women's Division should take place at SummerSlam. So just look for that, see what happens with that, and then unsurprisingly to many WWE fans, Eva Marie's return to the main roster wasn't a big deal to the fans. WWE truly expected her to be cheered when she came back to the main roster. They were rather disappointed to the negative reaction from the fans. They thought because she was being injected into the storyline. I mean, Sasha Banks was the heel, but when she came in, they cheered. So WWE is still on the fence of what they're going to do with Eva Marie.
Yeah, when she was in that tag team match at WrestleMania, it was like, what was she even doing there?
Right.
It was just one of the things where they just put her in there as an extra body just to even up the teams.
Yep.
That was just something that was just totally useless, and it should have never even been out there.
Meaning Eva Marie?
Yeah.
And last piece of news, for many years, wrestling fans that watched, TNA and WWE, have always wondered, how would AJ Styles do in the WWE? It was never the amount of talent, but how would he perform in the WWE? Well, according to what I'm reading, he has major support from many of the top WWE officials, including Vince McMahon himself, as his merchandising is just so over the top with great success. And that's why he's viewed as the most marketable new talent that they have had, definitely on the roster now, but they have had on the roster in years.
I definitely agree.
And as we know, Vince McMahon, his song may not be Shane's song, but, he's all about the dollars and cents.
Exactly. I agree 100%. So,
And folks, that's what I have for Nuggies News this week.
And that was Nuggies News as usual. The greatest bit of information on the wrestling talk show industry today. Now, Greg, the thing that I wanted to mention to you is, how do you feel about a Money in the Bank women's match for the title?
I mentioned that a long time ago. We spoke. There was months and months ago that I said that they have enough talent between the NXT women's division and their regular women's division, which, as you can see, they're slowly bringing them up. They're slowly bringing more of them up as to where they could do a legitimate Money in the Bank match for the women. We also tossed around the fact that, well, do we really, are the women too fragile to actually last in an actual ladder match?
That was my next question. Yep.
So, maybe it's a form, maybe it's not a ladder in a match, maybe it's a briefcase on a pole match or something in that effect. But I definitely think that they could benefit from a Money in the Bank briefcase or purse, as I said it should be, for the women.
I see, and that would be something that maybe the writers of the WWE might need to look into. Somebody had mentioned to me yesterday, well, if they don't have a Money in the Bank ladder match for the women, what about an Elimination Chamber or a Hell in a Cell? Now, those are dangerous matches.
Well, and so is a ladder match.
Yeah, so is a ladder match. And, like you had just brought out, which was a great point, they're dangerous matches not only for the men, but it would be an even more dangerous match for the women.
Now I can separate this in two ways. If you took the new injection of women, if you took, Sasha Banks, Paige, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, these were women that were brought up as wrestlers. They weren't pretty women, i.e. Maurice, Kelly, Stacy Keibler, that were beautiful women that they turned into wrestlers. These ladies were brought up from teenagers to be wrestlers. Athletically, I definitely think they can pull something like that off. But when you have to include a Summer Rae